This is Local Matters on CBS 17 News at 4.
Happening right now, as we mentioned just a few moments ago, former President Donald Trump is in Charlotte. He is speaking, as we speak, to the National Fraternal Order of Police.
It is his third trip to North Carolina in a month as he tries to secure every vote that he can. But Democrats think they have a path to stop him. CBS 17's Russ Bowen joins us. And Russ, you spoke to our local congresswoman about that.
Yes, Donald Trump managed to win North Carolina in both of the last elections, even as our state elected a Democratic governor. Democratic Representative Deborah Ross tells me she knows it's going to take a lot of work, but she believes Vice President Harris can beat the former president. The Democrats seem to be running high right now since the DNC. Ever since Kamala Harris took the top of the ticket, the polls have tightened tremendously, especially in the swing states, including North Carolina. Poll after poll has it within a 1-point margin or so between the two candidates. Do you think North Carolina can do it this time? Because I'm asking this, you're a Democrat. You've only seen this happen since, one time since Jimmy Carter in 1976, and that was Obama in 2008. Can they do it this time?
I think that the Democrats can win North Carolina at the top of the ticket and with the Council of State. The reason why I think that can happen is the Democrats have come together. So we have coalesced around Kamala Harris. But the other thing that has happened is people are just sick of Donald Trump. We have a Republicans against Donald Trump group in North Carolina led by a former Republican Supreme Court justice. We have Liz Cheney coming to North Carolina and saying that she is voting for Kamala Harris. So it's the combination this time. In the past, there wasn't a huge outpouring of Republican disrespect for John McCain, a war hero, or for Mitt Romney. But there are more Republicans and independents who are just sick and tired of Donald Trump, and some who are so fearful of what a second Trump presidency will mean that they are being public about their support for Kamala.
That may be part of the reason, at least, why the polls have tightened. But you still have to get people to the polls. Can Democrats relax at all, or have they really got to push?
We have got to put our pedal to the metal, but we are doing that. There are more than 26 offices across the state of North Carolina. People are volunteering every day. About a third of the people who volunteer have never volunteered before. So the excitement is there, and the excitement is there across races, across gender, and most importantly, across age.
And there will be those in the Republican Party who argue the same thing about Kamala Harris. They believe that, she may be a threat to their version of democracy or what they think is good for the country. How do you have those conversations, or can you even have those conversations?
Well, I don't see a big group of Democrats against Kamala Harris out there saying that. So it's really the Republicans saying it to the base. When we have Republicans saying that Trump is a threat to democracy, they're saying it to everybody else and saying that they're not going to go along with the base. I think that is the game changer.
We're learning more this week from Kamala Harris in terms of her economic plan and policies, including, which we already knew, the child tax credit. Now she wants to expand the tax credit for small businesses. We can go down the list. All this very expensive. You know how difficult it is, though, to get these things done. A lot of this would require help from Congress to put these things into action. You have worked in a divided Congress that's never been as divided before, probably. Can these things get done if Congress is still divided and she wins the race?
I think they can get done if they have broad bipartisan support. So we have seen the child tax credit start as something that did not have broad bipartisan support, and now Donald Trump is talking about it. Clearly, having tax credits for small business is something that has bipartisan support. I have heard from small business owners that they have never had a presidential candidate go out and give a speech just about small business, and they are so excited about that.
How do we do this, though, as a country without breaking the complete bank?
We have an opportunity to do it in 2025 because we are going to revisit the Trump tax cuts, most of which benefit the top 1%, corporations, and the very, very wealthy. So if we allow some of those tax cuts to expire and use that money for the child tax credit, use that money for small businesses, that grows our economy, as opposed to just giving tax breaks to the people at the top and they just keep that money. And so Kamala has said she wants to keep the tax relief for middle-class families and for lower-income families, but for the very, very top, where they don't need the money, that money is much better used broadly for small businesses, for children, for additional health care.